Albert Einstein had once uttered some of the most memorable words about Mahatma Gandhiji. Generations to come will scarce believe that such a one as this walked the earth in flesh and blood. Without any exaggeration, we can apply the same words with the same passion and conviction to our own Shantaben Patel. Yes, generations to come will scarcely believe that such a person walked the earth in flesh and blood. The Gujarati community in Kolkata will always be indebted to this selfless woman who has dedicated her entire life to education and service to mankind. If there is one word in any language after God and Mother which is equally evocative and beautiful, it is a teacher. The word connotes rich nuances. It stands for a person who immediately follows God and Mother. But in the case of Shantaben, we can say she has the qualities of all the three. She does have a divine halo around her. She does remind you of your own mother when in a soft, resonant voice she asks you, Kim cho bhai? And lastly, she does make her own distinctive mark in the field of education. Let us look back for a brief while. Waves come and waves go, washing aside the footprints of walkers. But this is a story of a true human whose footprints will remain in the classrooms of our Balmandir, in the hearts of children she loved, and in the minds of all of us for the values she lived for. Year 1918. Place, a little village, Boryavi in Gujarat. A baby girl is born to Shantaben Patel. Little did Shantaben know, while holding the newborn in her hand, that this tiny baby was destined to live an exemplary life full of dedication, service, and sacrifice. The little baby's path was predestined. At the age of 3, she moved with the family to Mombasa, East Africa, where she had her primary education. In 1928, she returned to India and completed her school studies from Maharani Chimanbai High School and graduated from Karve University in 1938. It was evident from the beginning that she was not to lead a mediocre life. Here was a person who was to rise above the average, just on the strength of her own willpower and conviction. In 1939, she worked as an active member with Ahmedabad Majur Mahajan Sangh. This showed her initial leanings as a human being. Later, she received training under the guidance of former Union President Miss Ansuyaben Sarabhai and former Union Secretary Shri Gulzarilal Nanda, who later became the Prime Minister of India. In 1941, at the young age of 23, she moved to Calcutta, now Kolkata of course, and she chose to make this land her own Karma Bhumi. It is here that she worked as if guided by providence, by that godly light that led her to where she is now. In 1943, she became an active member of the Bhawanipur Gujarati Balmandir. In 1945, she started a nursery school with only 5 children in a small room with the help from the society. But as is well known, every great movement, every marathon race starts with a small step. The small step was to become a giant one 50 years later, echoes of which would reverberate for decades to come. The next year, she introduced free shift for the underprivileged. In 1948, the number of students in the nursery school rose from 5 to 50, giving very clear signals as to what future had in store for this great institute. In 1950, the nursery school was registered under the Society Act as Shree Bhawanipur Gujarati Balmandir. During 1945 to 48, she held the position as secretary for 43 years in Shree Bhawanipur Gujarati Balmandir, which is incidentally a non-profit education trust. For 60 long years, her honorary service has been scaling to newer and greater heights. Can you believe that in order to adopt the Montessori method of teaching in her school, she did a certificate course, that is the AMI, Association of Montessori International, from the renowned Montessori teachers Mr. Justin and Mr. Swami. The measure of Shantaben's accomplishments was evident this year. Her focused pursuit culminated in the Telegraph Awards ceremony, recognizing her outstanding contribution in the field of education and awarding her a Lifetime Achievement Trophy. The Telegraph, one of the reputed national dailies, started this unique movement called the Telegraph School Awards for Excellence about 9 years back. The objective of this movement is to discover and recognize the talents of students and people associated with education. The fact that this leader in journalism has chosen Shantaben this year for such a unique felicitation does honor our entire Gujarati community. Thank you, Shantaben, for making us proud and richer. As you are all aware, this year our Balmandir celebrated its Diamond Jubilee. On this occasion, we wondered what we could do to see a smile of satisfaction on the face of our mentor, Shantaben. In a way, we wanted to convince her that her legacy would continue. We all have taken a vow to carry forward the baton of values that she instilled in us. Shantaben, it is now up to you to judge whether we humble mortals will prove to be deserving descendants of this awesome legacy of yours. And what could be better than expanding Balmandir and taking her life's work to yet new heights? Why not extend Balmandir from class 4 to a full-fledged high school? To her, this could be our true Anjali, Vidyanjali.